voices together. Happy Easter and welcome to Songs of Praise. Coming up in today's programme, we hear from the Dean of St George's to find out more about the cathedral and its congregation.
It really is representative of the universal church. I think the last count was about 144 countries.
Wow. And on this day where Christians are celebrating, we visit a spectacular church to find out how the Orthodox tradition marks Easter.
It's the darkness in the church. The priest brings one small candle that is the sign that the Christ is resurrected from the dead.
And we have glorious music for Easter Sunday, not only here at St George's, but also from Canterbury Cathedral. Hello and happy Easter on this special day. It's a time to rejoice in the good news. Jesus Christ is risen today.
Sing that song. Redeem our lost. Hymns of praise and blessing. Hallelujah. Unto Christ our heavenly King. Hallelujah. I'm trying, of course. Who endured the cross and God. Hallelujah. Sent us to redeem us. This is how I sing in church, by the way, in case you wanted to check up on me. Which he endured. I've met people who think I'm just an online, performer. Like, oh, you just say this online to see. I'm like, no, actually, this is exactly what I'm like. Now above the sky is king. Hallelujah. When the angels ever sing. Gonna walk there, that's 5 seconds.
What a way to start the programme, and what a setting for our celebration. Easter has been celebrated here at St George's for over 150 years. It's home to a thriving community of Catholics from all over the world, but the Dean is a local boy.
It's okay for a country to have a
Father Michael, thank you so much for inviting me to your cathedral and your family's association.
It's still Arcturian times, guys. It's still Arthur and Merlin.
In fact,
when I
For the
told my
glory of the Lord.
parents about
Relax.
my appointment here as the dean, my dad, he said to me, "Son, you're going home." So it's great. Many members of my family, going right back to my great-great-grandparents, were baptised, made their first Holy Communion, were confirmed, married, and many of them have actually had their funeral mass here too.
Being in London, in Lambeth, you must have people from all over the world as part of your
Lambeth.
community.
I
It's
think
the
the last
borough I
count
grew up in
that we
Lambeth.
did in terms
In
of
London.
people coming from various
Apparently it's
countries,
fancy. I didn't
I
know
think it was
that,
about
but that's not the point.
144
Lamb?
countries.
Like
So
Lamb of
it
Christ,
really
like
is
Lamb of God. That's all I need.
representative of the universal church.
And how is Easter celebrated here?
Well, Alid, you can imagine, after 40 days of Lent, we are really in the mood for celebrating. It's beautiful choir that will be singing when the sun has gone down and we're in pitch black. We begin the first Mass of Easter. And so there's a great sense that the Lord has risen within each of our lives, making us real beacons of hope. And if the world needs beacons of hope, this is where it comes from.
And hope is at the centre of the Catholic Church's Jubilee year too, which is celebrated every 25 years. The theme, Pilgrims of Hope, was proclaimed by the Pope. Pope Francis, the head of the Church, has been very unwell. Lots of prayers being sent to him. How has he changed the Catholic Church, would you say?
Well, Pope Francis has been a great wake-up call for the Catholic Church, I think for the whole world, in fact. And a Muslim friend of mine once said to me that Pope Francis, is he the guy who's trying to make you Catholics more Christian? Well, I think he's actually reminded us about the importance of the mercy of Christ and about the importance that everyone is actually called by Christ and everyone is welcome within the Catholic Church.
Is there a particular piece of music that you associate with Easter?
Yes, there's a lovely hymn called Battle is O'er, All Hell's Armies Flee. For me, that hymn relates to the fact that we are an Easter people, in the words of John Paul II, and Alleluia is our song.
And it's a hymn that the Dean sings loud and proud.
Is that one
Loud
right
and
here?
proud.
Let's see. Battle is over. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. Okay. I literally have to play by ear for church, so it doesn't matter if I know the hymn or not. I pretty much know all hymns. Once it starts, you don't want any musician's brain work, right? I don't know if you know that. You need to instantly find the key and the
This
tone.
year, Easter falls on the same date in both the Western and Eastern traditions, which doesn't happen very often. It means that nearly all Christians across the world are celebrating the resurrection
There's
today,
another hymn that
including those
I have to
in
say
the
this one for
Orthodox
you
Church.
before. There was
This is
one
the Serbian
who
Orthodox
was
Church
willing
of Holy Prince
to
Lazar Lazarica. It
die.
was established in Bourneville for
My
Serbian refugees after World War II.
or so
Many Eastern Orthodox churches, like this one, follow the ancient Julian calendar, where Easter often falls later than in the West. This year, the calendars coincide, meaning Orthodox Christians are also celebrating today. Leading the worship here is the Very Reverend Father Nenad Popovic.
There was what?
It's
7:30.
very nice that we know that everybody celebrates Easter together with the love and forgiveness. That is maybe the message
See?
for the all that we need to
Tyler,
love each
just so
other
you
and to
guys get what I
respect
mean.
each other.
My favorite hymns are
If we
highlighted
have a
because
love,
this is my hymn book
we shall have a peace. If we love each other
that
and
I've had
respect
since I was
each
12.
other, the peace will be all around this world. Easter
Sorry,
is something
7.
special in Orthodox Church. In the evening before midnight,
Until you
we have
fucking
the
grew up in church, you don't
special
understand.
resurrection
I don't really get why
matins.
people didn't get that. Even in my New Age stuff,
It's
I
the
literally
dark.
still came from a church environment.
The priest
So I don't really
bring
get why all
one
the
small
Christians now
candle.
are acting like you have
That
never
is the
done me. Like, no,
sign
you
that
don't.
the Christ is resurrected
I'm
from
not
the
just a
dead.
Christian, I'm like an early bloomer. I
After
was
that,
born
we
into
make
it,
3 times
and I
procession
chose,
around the church.
and I got baptized early.
The priest stand in front
And
of
I
the
stuck to my whole
closed
entire
door
thing.
of the
Like,
church.
and I was the
He
worship
knocked
leader
on
and
the
choir
door
leader
with
and
the
pianist
cross.
for my church.
That means that the Jesus
And I took
destroyed
like I
the
don't think you
door
get
of
it.
the
My
top,
parents kind of had to go
that he
because I was going,
resurrected,
not
that
the
he
other way
gave the
around.
new life.
Okay,
After
people
that,
knew me as a
we
more
light
serious
the
Christian
all
than my
lights in the
parents.
church,
That's why they
and
always had to
they
pretend
feeling the
to be
very
more
big
Christian than me
happiness.
to kind of like
And always
wash the
we
like
send the greetings.
suspicion off
Christ
them.
is risen. Indeed, he is risen.
You can't really fake that. It's like, well, he does play piano for us. He's literally, it's not like I'm sharing with anyone. There's no other pianist there. It's literally just me. So if I don't go, then they have no
A member
music.
of the congregation who'll be celebrating Easter
I am the
at
musician and
Saint
choir director for my
Lazar
church.
is Yelena. She makes a
Whether my
3-hour
parents
round
like it
trip
or
to
not.
the church each week.
Just
from
try and
her home
imagine
in
that.
Oxfordshire,
They're not.
as it
They don't
connects
have any
her
position
to
in the
her
church.
roots.
They're not deacons. They're not
When I
this. They're
first
not
came
no.
into the church,
Just
I
me.
saw this beautiful blue background, and it
You gonna tell me
reminded
that
me
you don't
of
think that there's something weird going on there? Like, no, there is.
That I really hold dear. It's equally beautiful. It's ancient, and I used to spend summers in that monastery with the choir. We were part of a youth academy. In that monastery, I experienced some of the deepest religious experiences that I have had so far. So it was a very deep connection when I walked in and I saw those blue frescoes. For me, it brings tranquility to my day-to-day life, and that's why I take the effort to take that journey every Sunday.
Yelena has been singing in Orthodox churches for 25 years and is a member of the choir at St. Lazar.
Both of my parents are musical. My mom is a teacher and she was a conductor of a children's choir. My father was a conductor of a town choir. So music was always in my DNA. So I sang in choirs as long as I can remember. Being in this choir has deepened my faith 100%. I have realized that nobody can look after your faith but yourself. And taking part every Sunday has made me more vigilant and more present.
For stupid parents and stupid people.
We talk about Easter being rebirth, but
Here's the answer.
to me, every service has been a new rebirth.
For dumb fucks and dumb idiots,
for
here's
my
the
own
answer.
faith. One of the songs that we usually sing for Easter
The
is
spirit.
called Vaskrasni Antiphone, and it means the Christ is risen Troparion. And what's interesting about this piece of music is that it's call and response between a priest and the choir. And it dates 1,000, 2,000 years ago. So it's the oldest way of celebrating and singing in church.
Doing so, my heart cannot be broken. I gave it to Christ. Every time you tell me you're sorry, I want to literally clap you in the face and say, shut the fuck up and stop embarrassing me. I said I'm not heartbroken by no fucking bitch, or no fucking guy, or no fucking situation with no fucking parents. I'm not a fucking millennial, or a fucking new ager, or a fucking new trender. I don't get tapped in situationships. I don't give a fuck. I said, leave me the fuck alone. You cannot hurt me. You cannot break me. You cannot ruin me. I do not care. I do not give none of myself to anybody that much to be that torn up about nothing. Only thing I feel is I know they can't forget you ever met me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally bored and done. What do you want me to do? Say I'm an abusive narcissist and you're just a victim? Stop talking to me, oh my god. What will it take for you to process? Isn't that big of a deal? I said it's all, leave it the fuck alone, it's okay.
What a beautiful piece of music from an equally beautiful setting. And as we enjoy the green shoots of spring, we turn now to one of the most magnificent Anglican churches for our next Easter hymn. We raise our voices to celebrate the new life of the risen Lord.
Sing. Confidently. You notice some of the religious stuff is never about the religious stuff. Like it's like, oh, I don't think Jesus this or yeah, but did you think he runs from the dead and oh yeah. It's just like, oh, you think that I didn't have problems with them? It's like, shut the fuck up. And stop worrying about Jesus and the devil. Worry about me.
Back in London, St George's Cathedral has a vibrant and popular young adults group who meet regularly for fellowship and to share their faith. And I'm meeting up with some of them to find out what this time of year and being together
I really do belong to Enfield World.
What's the best bit about being part of the young adults group?
Am I allowed to say food?
Yeah, of course.
First and foremost, I think it's always great to be able to chat with people over some snacks, some nibbles, some cupcakes.
Yeah.
But now I think one of the key parts as well, we have a series of talks that we rotate on different topics. So at the moment we're exploring different forms of spirituality and prayer.
Right.
And so this young adults group is exposing me to those different ways of being.
Well, what does Easter mean to you?
Oh,
it's a big question.
Like, yes, I thought it brings a smile to my face, I guess, because it's a time of joy, of hope. A man known as the Son of God died for my sins, but more importantly, he rose from the dead, like in a way that I just can't fathom when it comes to miracles, even today. And it's just such a game changer in human history that it sometimes baffles me, but also brings me out of the sort of mundane day-to-day that I can often get consumed with in the city.
Yeah, of course. One of the many things they do in the young adults group is study the Bible. And today, especially for Easter, they're sharing a reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early, while it was still dark, and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord away from the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him."
What does Easter mean to you personally?
So Easter for me personally means a time of renewal. During the 40 days before Easter, we have the period of Lent. It's a great time of preparation, so I'm able to work on something that I want to give up on. It might be like scrolling for hours on social media, and then I get to ultimately, at the end of the 40 days, have healthier habits. So it's like dying with the old with Christ, and then being born again to the new on Easter Sunday.
And what does this cathedral mean to you?
This cathedral, for me, it's community. It means home.
Sometimes
Originally, when I
things are about
started,
you
I was very
and
shy,
not about Jesus,
and it started
because
giving
that's
me
what
so
Jesus
much
said.
that now I've started to
So
give
don't
back.
try and
So I've
out Jesus,
actually become part of the committee
by
of the
saying
young
everything
adults
is about
group.
Jesus.
I started
When
doing
Jesus said,
youth retreats.
not everything is about
It just
me.
feels great to not only receive but to give back. So Peter went out with the other disciple.
Because Jesus can't say
Then they
everything is
were
about
going
me.
towards the tomb.
He would more than
Both of
mention
them
his
were running
Father.
together.
Everything is about my Father as well.
But
You
the
should
other
probably look at
disciple
him.
outran Peter
And everything is
reached
about
the tomb
you,
first,
our creations.
and
And
stooping
that's
to look
exactly what
in,
he got them said.
he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he did
And
not
even
go
when you
in.
directly ask him, but which one of you is more important to focus on? It was like all of them. Love God, love yourself, love people.
It's the
Love
closest
me.
thing that the Catholic Church has to meditation. The Catholic Church really speaks loads about bringing silence into our lives to be able to hear God speak to us. And
Being still in the silence, yeah.
I say to people time and time again, a busy city.
Even he was like, look, I'm not even, I would not tell you to focus on me if it wasn't like God
seek
said that or
silence.
whatever, but like I'm left up to me, I'd just be like, just love, or like literally like nothing, like just do what you need to do and
Then
like live your
Simon
life.
Peter came,
But apparently, I have to
following
tell you
him,
to focus on me
and
because
went
that's
into
what
the
God
tomb.
said.
He saw the linen cloths lying
But
there,
you know what I mean? Like
and
we
the
all
face
have said
cloth,
these things that God
which had
said
been
that
on
we
the head
don't
of
like
Jesus,
sometimes.
not lying with the
And
linen
this is one of
cloths,
them.
but folded up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple, who had reached the tomb first, also went in, and he saw and believed.
Our next hymn echoes the joy of that reading from Canterbury Cathedral. It's Thine Be the Glory.
I think I actually know this one. But is it in here? Angels and birds, rainbows of the soul of wine. Kept the fold this great cross, where I bowed in hand. I give the glory, risen conquering sun. And this is the victory, oh, death has won. Oh, Jesus meets us, risen from the tomb. He creates us, scatters fear and gloom. Let the church with praise hymns of triumph sing. For our Lord now liveth, death has lost its sting. Thine be the glory, risen conquering Son, and this is the victory, though death has won. Without thee, glorious Prince of life, life is not without thee, and a sin of strife, make us more than conquerors through thy deathless love. Bring us safe through Jordan, river, to thy home above. Thine be the glory, this conquering Son, and this is the victory.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our Easter celebration. Before our final hymn, here's a prayer and blessing from Canon Michael.
Friends, I wish you all here today and at home a blessed Easter. The Lord is risen. Hallelujah.
You can't take my years of Christianity service away from you guys. That's because Christianity is like a a trend now. You're gonna have to
May the
suck
peace
up
of Christ
and deal with the fact that there's a
fill
spiritual
your
teacher,
hearts,
like
and
spiritual
the
artisan,
joy of his
who'd
resurrection
literally been going to church
brighten
faithfully
all your
every day for
days,
Sunday for 28 years
and
and
the
active in
hope
the Christian
of
community.
new
I'm not just going
beginnings
to church. Deal with
bless
it.
you and yours
So no more
forever.
people,
In the
young
name of the
Christians,
Father,
straight
and of the
Christians
Son,
coming to me with
and of
authority.
the Holy
Think of you
Spirit.
straight, you trump my 20 and like fucking like 30 odd years of service to Christ.
The
Like
Lord
no.
is truly risen.
Okay?
Hallelujah.
They don't come to me with some of you, I've been a pastor for 10 years, for 20 years, still not long enough. Even at Enfield, where I went there, the bishop don't act like, oh yeah, he's been bishop. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna tell me, say, him just turned, him only been a literal Christian for like 7, 8 years or some shit. And then he's only been bishop for like 2 years. And I'm like, you're still a baby. And he was like in his 50s or something. So I'm like, you were in your 50s and you only was a Christian for 7 years. So some of these people try to use their age about me. So say you just joined the church or you just joined the church last year. 10 years, 20 years is not enough on me. You understand? At 7 and 8 years old, I was already playing piano, leading youth worship, and being the most in my church at 7 years old. So by the time I was 15, I was like, literally like, bro, I'm already at adult at this point. I'm literally playing piano for multiple churches at this point. Going to like conferences, Christian like workshops, like the works. Okay? So don't watch my age or my young face or like whatever. That's a gift from God for all my years of service. Stop coming to me with the fact that you're straight. You think you can like, oh, you're gay, so like you're gay, so that's like saying you're, I don't know, because I'm not coming at you anymore from the angle of like, oh, being gay is right. I'm like, I don't care if it's a sin. That's not how Christianity works. You actually can't isolate me because of a sin. Okay? I'm not asking your permission. I'm telling you, if you don't do it, you will be destroyed. Because not only can I destroy you, so too can others. I hate talking to people on the internet who just found out Christianity, and I'm like, I didn't just find out actually. Think you know what it's about. Like, oh, I drank, and I did this, and I did that, and surely you're on here to tell people on the internet. Because they're your priests, and they're your pastors. Back in the day, when you fell off the wagon, you call your pastor on the phone. You don't go on YouTube like a little bitch telling everybody. Your followers are not your pastor or your priest, so you can't replace them with them. Okay? I could comment way worse things under your post if I wanted, or I could get you discredited. But in the name of Jesus and for Christ and for the guy that said come as you are, so even if you're a nasty wretch that I hate, but Christ said come as you are, then I'm not going to say anything. But watch it and don't come for me. Because the modern Christians think once they hear say I'm gay, that's it. I'm open season for like all of you fucking Christians. Like I'm normal. You hear say because I'm with. You hear? Oh, no mixing. What you mean no sinning? So what if I'm mixing? So what if I'm doing it on purpose? How much times do you do things on purpose? Fuck you.